Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. They are educators by day, but when their work is done with students in our schools, they head home to their honeybees. On this episode of the Supercast, we take you to the backyard of a beekeeper. Find out why Bastion Elementary School Assistant Principal Amber Allen and her daughter, Kauri Sue Hamilton school teacher Alexa Allen, have a deep passion for honeybees, overseeing the health of the hive and honey production. We're here with Amber Allen in her home with her family to talk about beekeeping. Amber, you're an assistant principal at Bastion Elementary.
I am.
And how much of your time is spent with beekeeping on the side? That's a busy job already.
Well, fun fact, my husband helps me. My daughter Alexa, she works at Kauri Sue. She's a teacher there. And the rest of our family, we all get together and we will harvest the honey together as a family. Bart and I kind of do the daily, go out and check on them. I talk to my bees. We can talk about that later.
Yes.
We have to make sure that other pests don't get inside, so we have to protect them. We also have to check on the babies, which is called a brood. That's probably a weekly endeavor that we do.
Well, I'm excited to get into it. Introduce yourselves to the folks listening.
All right, I'm Alexa Allen. I am a teacher at the Kauri Sue Hamilton School, and I teach our secondary and post-high kids.
I'm Bart Allen. I just help these two. I'm Amber's husband and Alexa's father.
Okay, so tell me, what got you started with beekeeping in the first place?
I was getting my master's degree at UVU,
Okay.
and I read a book about leadership and how a beehive represents leadership. Came home and I said, Bart, we've got to have bees.
You wanted the analogy to go further
I
than
wanted
just...
to be a part of it, like
Okay.
entrenched in it. He works at the Salt Palace, and at the Salt Palace they have beehives there by the Japanese botanical gardens.
Really?
Garden, yeah.
I did not realize
Yeah,
that.
we keep them in our Japanese botanical garden on 3rd West and 1st South.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he's familiar, he knew the right connections, he knew how to get us started. So that's really where this all came from.
And how many bees do you have? Do you know? Is this quantifiable?
In the beginning, yes, and I will show you a picture in a few minutes.
Okay.
When a hive comes, there's about 30,000 bees in the hive, and it comes in the mail.
Wow.
About 30,000, but within a few days...
Airmail, I assume.
No, the mail.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
the
Mailman
mail
delivers
person.
it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Once the queen gets started, the worker bees start having their babies. I can't tell you anymore how many bees are in there. They average about 60,000 is what I've read in
But
one
you started
hive.
with 30,000.
30,000.
Wow. Tell me what we have here. We have the pollen chart, and it looks like we have several different kinds of honey in front of us. So these are the fruits of their labor and yours, right?
Yes. So this pollen chart, I thought, since I'm a teacher, I
Yeah,
needed a
right.
visual.
Lay it out for me.
When we go out to the bees, hopefully you'll be able to see the pollen on their back little hind legs. Right now, these are the colors that you're going to see most prevalent, is hogweed and dandelion.
So the color of the pollen reflects what plant they got the pollen from.
Correct.
What is hogweed? I don't know that I've had hogweed in my life very
That's
much, but
what I
maybe I did
said.
and didn't realize it.
It's like sage, like sagebrush.
Okay.
Yeah, which we got a lot of here.
All right.
So our different honeys right here, this is from Salt Lake.
Okay. And that's a darker...
That's a darker color.
Yeah. All right.
So you've got Temple Square down there, the Japanese botanical gardens, different rooftop gardens than we do here in South Jordan.
So we might see hogweed, you said, which is more of a kind of a yellow.
I would
And
say, yeah, like a mustard color.
a mustard. That's a good description of it. And what was the other one that you said? Dandelion.
That's, to me, that's
Dandelion.
a carnival red.
Yeah, that's kind of almost a peach color,
You
I
wouldn't
guess.
expect that from a dandelion.
Yeah.
Not orange, because most dandelions are just yellow.
It's really cool the bees have so much of it on them that the color just pops off their back legs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never seen that in real life, maybe on
I hope you
TV.
can today.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. So tell me, this is so there's some really, like, this is a teal, rose bay willow herb. So if they got a hold of that, there would be some pollen that was teal colored or gray.
What
Yeah.
I've learned from Peter, our bee expert that we call for advice. He said a lot of this green and blues up here is more like plants from back east. We don't have a lot of these in Utah.
Okay.
So we might not see these. We could, absolutely. But he said that down here is more the colors.
Wow.
So more of the oranges and the yellows.
Wild bluebell or plantain. I wouldn't think those were, plantains, wild bluebells, same color pollen. That's fascinating. Okay, great. So now, so there are these 4 different honeys that you have here.
Actually, 3. This one's just for Doug.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Doug gets his
Hey,
own.
Doug.
And this one will be yours.
Oh, that's dynamite. I don't normally get swag from a podcast episode. So this darker one in the middle is more from Salt Lake, where you have some other sources of pollen that are going to influence the color, and I assume the taste of the honey as well.
Yes, so we'll do some taste testing here at the end, or we can do it now.
Excellent.
Actually, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you the difference.
Don't tell me the difference. Let's see if I
You're
can
gonna taste it.
detect
I'm gonna let
the different notes in that honey.
So this is from the Allen bees.
Okay.
This came last season. This is this season, and just a little bit of difference, even though it's the same neighborhood, same.
So this season's a little darker than last season.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about the honey? Just
That they use different flowers.
Just
to
different
pollinate.
flowers that they
Maybe like
pollinated
some
with.
neighbors planted something new.
so if these had been set out, would you be able to spot? Oh yeah, that's ours from this year. Oh yeah, that's ours from last year.
I think I could.
Just
Yeah,
by
probably
color.
I think I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably get used to kind of the difference in the pollen and the way the bees are behaving, and you notice things that other people who haven't been involved wouldn't
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah, and the flavor's a little bit different. You got to really, try to taste
gotta
the
really pay
flavors,
attention,
and
yeah.
you can get it. You'll figure it out.
You have to be a honey connoisseur.
Yeah, you know how people are like wine connoisseurs. You got to be the honey
Right.
connoisseurs.
Okay,
Yes, this
all
came
right.
from a hogweed field.
Well, I'm detecting notes of hogweed.
Exactly.
So actually, honey does last forever, essentially, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Might need to warm it up because it will start to.
Crystallize.
It gets harder, yeah.
I think I read that in the Egyptian tombs they found
Yep.
honey that was perfectly preserved.
Oof.
Does everyone get honey from you for Christmas?
Yes.
Yes.
That's the neighborhood gift, huh?
Yep.
But
Okay.
I'm
We have
sure they
this-
look forward to it and
They
they
eat
count
it
on
up,
it.
yep.
They count on it.
We have cute little tiny jars that we hand out to
Yeah.
people.
Oh, very nice.
All right. So this one is from
See
Salt
if you
Lake.
can taste what
This
kind
is
of
the
weed
Salt
in
Lake.
Salt Lake that gets
Okay. Well, I'm going to look at the color chart here and kind of compare. Broccoli? Oh, I hope I don't get. I hope I don't get notes of broccoli in that. I'd rather have dandelion. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh wow, that does have a distinct flavor.
Yeah.
I can't tell what it is.
Can I give you an adjective?
That tastes fantastic. Is it kind of citrusy almost?
I would say floral.
Floral. Okay.
What do you think?
Which flower are we talking here? Wild honeysuckle, perhaps?
What do
That
you
could
think,
be
Mark?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you have in the botanical gardens?
They're all Japanese. So actually, we don't have a lot of flowers. We have a lot of greenery and shrubs. And
Wow.
It's definitely not asparagus.
It is not asparagus. It is not broccoli. Thank goodness. That tastes so good.
Yeah.
Wow.
certainly tastes different from regular honey you buy in the store.
It does.
Yeah, it has its
It
own
has a
flavor.
great little zing to it, little
Yeah.
zip.
Yep. It's exactly a good adjective.
This is from the Allen bees from Miss Kitty's hive. 'Cause
Miss
that's-
Kitty.
That's my queen, Miss Kitty.
Let's give it a shot. Oh, wow. That does have a distinct flavor. Of course, I'm going to be terrible at picking out what it is. Oh, knapweed. Oh, no, hairy willow herb. Willow herb. That's it. No, do you know what it is?
No, because it would be a
A variety.
Mixture.
It would be a mixture.
of the neighbors' plants and
It's almost like a little tart.
Yeah.
Wow.
At the end, there's certainly a flavor on wild honeys that is a little bit different than a pasteurized honey. You can kind of have an after flavor to it that is in there.
So you never pasteurize your honey.
No. It's,
And that process probably kills the flavor and kind of...
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it makes it more watery. The harvested honey like this is usually thicker.
Yeah.
than pasteurized.
Has a great consistency to it.
Yeah.
It tastes fantastic. No wonder you work so hard for this. This is really, really good
So
stuff.
Alexa was going to show you how, basically, once we've taken the honeycomb out, how to harvest it. Do you want her to show you that?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Okay, so it's just gonna be right over here.
Yeah. So what we have is a big bucket here,
Big honey bucket
With
with like a little spout,
a little spout at the bottom.
a honey
Okay.
spout, because it's not a regular spout.
Well, then you open the spout and then you just sit and you wait forever for the honey to come out of the spout,
Yeah,
right?
It's like watching paint dry. Okay,
Okay.
so this is a cheesecloth.
Yes.
Okay.
So very tight mesh.
Yes. So
And
last
is it a
year,
bag? Is it a bag?
yeah, it's just a little bag.
Okay,
So
all
we'll
right.
put the comb into there, and you let the wax will come in here, and it just
And
slowly
you
drains.
just let the wax
Yeah, and
slowly
you have to
drain
do
out.
it in a warm room
Okay.
because you have to make the consistency of the honey to be like faster moving, basically. You gotta
sure.
warm it up, because otherwise you're just gonna.
Now, how do you pull the honeycomb?
there.
How do you harvest the honeycomb out?
We're gonna show you that.
Okay, we're gonna
yeah,
go do
we're
that.
gonna do that.
Okay, great.
But last year we used a strainer that just went over the bucket, which is way easier because then you don't have to
Hold
sit there and hold it
the
and
bag.
let your
You're not
arms
left
get
holding the
tired.
bag at that point.
And
yeah.
I ripped it at the end of last season, so I had to order a new one. And I
Okay.
don't have it here.
Yeah.
All right, it's coming.
And then you can also use like tea towels, but we use the cheesecloth or the strainer. And
So-
then this.
So this is like a Lowe's or a Home Depot
Yeah.
size bucket.
Has to be
And does
food
that-
grade.
Does that? Oh, food grade. Oh, yes. And
So-
how do you fill this up?
So yeah, we'll fill it up, and it holds about 24 jars.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we have 2 of these, so we get about 50 jars of honey from our hive.
Wow.
And
Okay.
here's a fun fact: that's only about 20% of the honey that they produce.
Really?
We keep
So you leave a lot for them.
we leave a lot for them because in the winter they still have to survive.
Okay.
They gotta live. So
Honey for everyone.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
great.
yeah, and then the honey will come out of this big spout, and obviously for those who are listening, they can't see the spout. And it's probably like 2 half-dollar sizes
Okay.
that the honey will come out of.
So
And then you can
harvest,
fill it up.
You harvest the honeycomb, put it in the cheesecloth, wait there for
Yep.
it to ooze out in the
Yeah.
warm room, and then you can distribute into the jars.
Yep. And then
Nothing else in between.
yeah.
Wow.
What's left in the cheesecloth is either like comb or wax that we can utilize in other areas.
Yeah.
Because you can harvest. It's like with the bison, like the Native Americans used to do. We use every part of the honey.
So what do you do with the honeycomb and with the wax?
Honeycomb you can eat, and it's delicious.
Yep, you can.
Wax, I've wanted to start doing this. You can make candles from it. I know that you guys at the Salt Palace do stuff with the wax.
Lip balm.
Yeah. Lip balm, lotion. You can use it for a lot of things.
The honeycomb I've had has 13 minerals and vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes into a bowl and you pour milk
Yeah.
over it, and it's big. Yeah. It's not small.
Yeah.
No. Stay with us. Up next, we suit up and get our hands in the hive. You don't want to miss it.
Does your student want to become a veterinarian, commercial pilot, programmer? Maybe they want to make a difference as a dental assistant, work in digital media, robotics, welding, or web design. These are some of the programs offered as part of Career and Technical Education, CTE, in Jordan School District. CTE provides the technical skills needed to prepare students for future employment and or a successful transition to post-secondary education. Career and Technical Education provides work-based learning opportunities. We partner with industry experts to offer apprenticeships and internships with students working in the real world at real jobs while going to school. The CTE experience starts in our elementary schools with the Kids Marketplace and grows through middle and high school. Our 2 Jordan Academy for Technology and Careers, JATC campuses, offer unique programs to fit your child's dreams for the future. To explore all CTE has to offer in Jordan School District, visit cte.jordandistrict.org today, and let's get your child started on the pathway to a profession.
Go on to the bees.
Okay, let's put on your suit though.
Do you have on long pants? I just gave you a topper.
Yeah, you'll
Okay.
be right. So bees will attack mammals in the face and in the head.
Okay.
So when you're out there, it's probably likely that they'll be bashing into your head and face.
I'm used to a level of conflict in my work day.
Yeah. So you'll
Probably
be
not
okay.
direct attacks to the head.
Yeah.
So,
But they'll come right for your eyes and they'll come for your head.
Just don't swat at them.
Do not swat.
do not swat and
Do
don't
not
take it
swat.
personally.
Yeah.
I'm suiting up here. You said my long pants are good enough,
Yeah, they
but
won't take it.
I've got a
Oh, I
top
got
that's,
gloves for you,
that's,
too.
that's gathered at the wrists, and the mesh I was hoping for, and the wide brim to the hat.
Yep.
And wow, I feel like the real deal.
You are.
Talk to me about this. This looks like kind of looks like a pitcher almost.
So the smoker reminds me a little bit of Wizard of Oz when the Tin Man, the oil can.
Oh, yeah,
Reminds me
yeah.
a little bit of that.
That's right.
We put these smoker pellets inside. We also add newspaper just to
Help it burn.
help it burn faster and longer.
And it looks like those pellets are specifically for beehives.
Yeah, they look like rabbit food.
Yeah. It calms the bees, or what exactly happens?
Yeah, they communicate through pheromones like we were talking earlier. And it actually confuses them a little bit, which is good. So they'll retract back into the hive and not. So, because the guard bees, we'll see those. There's guards.
Yeah.
They're going to come out after us in the beginning.
Okay.
Um,
They're just doing their job.
yeah, they're doing their job. They're guarding the hive,
All right.
and they'll send out pheromones if they feel like they're getting attacked.
Okay.
So we just want to kind of disrupt that communication a little bit.
This looks like a large wooden crate
And there's
with
two,
a little slot at the bottom that some of the bees were coming
Yes,
out
there's
of.
two
Oh my
levels.
heavens, look at all those bees.
and they're not upset at all. That they are very calm right now.
They're very calm. So
This
am I.
is a,
So am I.
yeah. This is a docile hive. I've had aggressive hives
Yeah.
in the past.
So the hive will have a personality, kind
It
of like
does.
an 8th grade
Absolutely.
class in a middle school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
How often during the year do you harvest?
We will do a small one in the fall,
Okay.
but like Amber said, we like to leave a lot of the honey for the bees.
Yeah.
In the spring, we'll take a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
in these two houses, the babies are down here. The brood is down here.
Okay.
So we can try to separate it and show you. It's just that there's so much honey. I don't know if we'll be able to separate them right now.
Sure.
But the brood's down here. The queen lives down here. So when we check for her, we do have to separate them. And then up here is where all of the worker bees are at,
Okay.
making the honey.
And you have taken, so there are these slats in there, these sheets of honeycomb, and you're taking a hook to kind of pull it out of the, gently pull it out of the box. Then you use the clamp to pull it straight up.
Yes. Bart, do you want the
Oh,
tray?
you can already see that it's a little bit gooey.
Yeah, we're gonna make these guys a little bit angry because we're gonna kick them out.
Do you want me to?
So how do you kick out the bees? You're just
You
scraping them
touch
off.
'em, Yeah.
Yeah, you're just scraping them
And you
off.
say
You wanna do
sorry.
it?
Can I scrape
Yeah,
some bees off?
absolutely.
Be
And
real
you just
gentle.
say sorry.
Yeah. Say sorry. We're
Sorry,
taking
guys.
your,
Sorry, guys.
we're
And
taking
then
all
if
your
they
food.
stick on me, then do I brush
They'll,
them off?
they'll,
and they
yeah,
get-
they'll go away
Brush
too.
them off.
Okay.
You can actually let them off and go on your hand if you want.
Oh, a few of them are flying
Yeah,
around
right
a
there.
little bit.
Yeah, and if the
hang out.
guards come, like I said, they'll start banging against your head.
Do you want to do that out here?
Well, we can take that in the house. I just wanted to take the suits off
Okay.
so that we can check for any.
Before we had the beehive, I was the stereotypical person of see a bee and you run away.
Yeah.
But now I look at them and I'm like, oh my goodness, look at that little guy. He's just working hard.
Remove all of this layer, and then that's where your honey's at. That's the
Oh,
process Alexa was explaining to you.
so the honeycomb is the top layer, and then underneath is where you can
And then
harvest the
some in
honey.
the middle, and that's the part that we're separating when we put it in the hot space.
I see. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's perfectly formed. That's amazing.
Okay, you dare?
I've not seen it like this. Yeah,
Double
sure.
dog dare you.
Oh yeah,
So, so do I just put my finger
Yep.
right in
Let's
there?
do it.
All right,
Okay, we're tasting the honey right off the comb.
right off the comb.
We'll do another bag.
Oh,
Yeah, do some for
that is so sweet.
Right.
Isn't that delicious?
Wow,
That's crazy. It never goes bad. Right?
it
How does
tastes
that
so
happen?
good.
So that means there's bacteria that can't handle it.
I mean, I've had a lot of honey in my life, but it's never tasted this good.
Yeah, this is the real deal.
No, no pasteurization.
And because of Miss Kitty, don't forget about her.
Miss Kitty, I thank her for her hard work. All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time and for giving me a little window into what it's like to have bees. I think it's fascinating, and they're in good hands. You're taking great care of your bees, so thank you for letting us be part of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah, thank you. It's been really fun.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Supercast. Remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.